Hello, this is Minder Chen. I'm a full-time faculty member at Martin Smith School of Business and Economics at CSU Channel Island. We're going to continue to discuss business strategy and information technology. And in the previous lecture, we have already introduced Michael Porter's 5-force competitive advantage model. And we're going to introduce two more strategic models developed by Michael Porter. The second model that we're going to introduce here is what we usually call generic strategy, generic business strategy. And there's three generic business strategy identified by Porter. One is low cost, and which allow you to have the so-called cost leadership. Walmart was their everyday low price commercial. It's considered a success example in this category. Another strategy is called differentiation. Differentiation here primarily referring to the product or service a company offers. Try to have different features and functionality such that they can differentiate their product or service with other competitor. And both strategy, either cost leadership, low cost as a cost leadership, or differentiation, target a broad market. The third strategy is referred to as a focus strategy, as indicated here. And sometimes this is also referred to as market segmentation, which means you're focusing on certain segment of the market, a niche market in some cases. And certainly you can apply low cost or differentiation and when you use the focus strategy. The third model is called value chain model, which is quite popular as well. And we classify various activity into two major categories: support activity and primary activity. The primary activity started from inbound logistics, which may involve purchasing as a supported activity, and operation, which may be manufacturing. It could be certain in the service industry, a lot of preparation need to be done in advance. Outbound logistics, shipping to the customer, marketing and sales function, and after-sales service. Supporting activity may include the development of the firm's infrastructure, the human resource management function, technology, particularly information technology. And depends on the type of company, what activity in the value chain bring the most value to the firm is probably something they want to focus on. And for the less important activity, a company may want to even consider outsource them to outside vendor. This is a further breakdown of the value chain when we use it for analyzing a company's activity and identify where we should focus on in terms of applying information technology or improving those activity. And for instance, for procurement, we can consider building a procurement portal to support B2B e-commerce. For inbound logistics, we can implement just-in-time warehouse and automate some of the process. In terms of operation or manufacturing, we can consider computer-aided manufacturing system, build flexible manufacturing system, etc. customer service certainly can be supported by customer relationship management software called CRM software. So this diagram just shows where technology may be used to support various activity inside the firm's value chain. And one thing a company want to take into consideration when they use the value chain analysis is to study the so-called smile curve, which was proposed by Acer's, which is a PC company's founder, Shih Zhengrong. And he drew a so-called smile curve or smiley curve, and based on his many years of experience in the PC industry. And the curve here, the bottom here, means that the value added is relatively small, which means company who serve this particular segment of the market usually has very low profit margin. The high profit margin rests in branding, sales channel, and some additional services. And on the other side of smile curve will be R&D. If you have some unique technology that other company need to use, for instance, the camera used on iPhone, smartphone, or iPad. Only very few companies know how to do it. They have, relatively speaking, high profit margin. So company who are here mainly doing assembling probably want to move to the corner here in terms of sales, marketing, branding, or have their own R&D capability to develop unique technology. This article listed here kind of discuss why IBM decided to exit the PC market, and probably because of the low profit margin here. IBM right now rely actually service side of its business. Service is probably more than 50% of IBM's revenue came from services. And using Apple's iPhone example, this is probably for iPhone 1 or 2. And you find out in iPhone use product from different countries, Japan, Germany, South Korea, particularly maybe Samsung, and some parts from US. China is doing the final assembly and only counts for 3.6% of iPhone's production cost. And there are some additional costs are unaccounted for in terms of which country may benefit from it. But what's surprising is that iPhone's retail price has very high retail price. So if we deduct actually the parts and assemblies cost, Apple actually has a very high profit margin, more than 50%. That means Apple's iPhone bringing high profits, and because it adds a lot of value to it through its marketing, through its R&D. They do outsource a lot of manufacturing and component to other firms, but since they control this product from hardware to software, and also invite other developer to develop application, they can demand a really high profit margin. So they are smiling all the way to the bank. Using the value chain model again, we can map 3 major enterprise-wide application package to the value chain. ERP, enterprise resource planning, mainly cover operation, procurement, and HR, accounting, which may be part of the firm infrastructure. The supply chain management software definitely cover inbound logistics and outbound logistics. And CRM cover 3 segments: marketing, sales, and services. If we expand our view to a single firm's value chain, then we'll find out that a firm's value chain is connected to its channel, marketing channel, sales channel's value chain, and that value chain is further connected to a buyer, particularly if it's a company which also has its own value chain. And companies' inbound logistics actually come from their suppliers' outbound logistics, sales, and marketing. So if we broaden our view, it's worthwhile to look at an industry-wide value chain to understand a company's role in this industry-wide value chain. Last, we're going to discuss a little bit about the process aspect in its potential impact to strategy and to information technology. In this system view of an enterprise, we have identified the value creation system, which is kind of related to the value chain we discussed earlier. There are some enabling process that's similar to the supporting activity. And there's a management systems that's govern this value creating process and system. And company are getting capital resources from the capital market, hiring people from the labor market, and receiving parts, supply, equipment from various suppliers, and technology from maybe acquired from technology vendor and supplier. The company will produce product and service to the market, to its target customer, maybe in a particular segment. And the financial market, the shareholder may invest in the company, and the earning increase in stock price or dividend may return to the investor to reward their investment. And certainly a company also are impacted by a lot of environmental factors, geopolitical force, legal issue, economic condition, and our natural environment. On this end, our vendor's value chain can be extended to its own vendor. On the other side, our customer's value chain may feed into their customer and their customer's customer. This is an example of a business process, an order management process, which started with a proposal we submitted to the customer, a commitment from them. We configured the product in order to customize for them, perform credit checking, delivered the produced product, bill the customer, eventually collect their payment. So this certainly is a simple diagram showing some of the connected business activity to handle customers' order. Similar diagram can be drawn in a little bit more complicated way, showing who are involved, which can be a system like a website. This is an example of a restaurant's of online food delivery service, and customer can order foods based on online menu from probably more than one restaurant. So customer may place an order. Once the order been submitted on the website need to process order by handling their payment, validate their payment through the payment gateway. And if the payment is declined, then we need to ask the user for alternative payment methods. If the payment has been processed without any problem, then we need to send the order to the restaurant. The restaurant receive the order, will deliver the whatever has been ordered to the customer, and eventually the company need to pay the restaurant through the payment they receive from the customer. So this is a little bit more complicated kind of a business workflow, a process flow chart to help us to visualize how various business activity are connected to each other. And we can certainly see where information technology can be used to facilitate the execution of various activity within this business process. So to summarize what we have discussed, through Porter's 5-force model, we can analyze the industry structures and how we may compete. And there are 3 competing strategies, which is low cost, differentiation, and focus. And a firm can also analyze its internal business process to identify the primary activity which serve its value chain and the supporting activity that support those primary activity. We can further analyze business process to identify opportunity where we can use information technology to help us to re-engineer business process to dramatically improve its cycle time or other performance. And eventually, from the understanding of business and its need in terms of information technology support, we will be able to develop more useful information system to improve our business performance. This concludes our discussion of business strategy and information technology. Thank you.